Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Saturday and it's 12 noon Central Standard Time. And as always, I always like to thank you guys for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me for a short period of time so I can share some things from the desk of Dr. Ron. As you can see, I got something very interesting that's been on my mind this week, and I just felt like I need to share with you all. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out. Every time I go live, I like to give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt and I have been traveling in life together for 30 plus years, and he's actually in Chicago on this weekend. And out of that 30 plus years, he has been a blessing to both me and my family, as well as I have been a blessing to him and his family. And the reason why I talk about mentors, because I have several mentors that have been positive influences over the things that I've done. Now, generally, the criteria when I look for a mentor is somebody who has been here on the planet longer than me because they've experienced more things in life than me. And I tell you, that experience benefits those that listen. So if you don't have a mentor, get one. And then bless them as they bless you. I tell you, you can't go wrong. Get a mentor. Somebody that you can trust, not just anybody. Somebody that you can trust, and they can be a blessing to you. So as you can see on this week, the road to success is often paved with conflict. And, this came to me. I was listening to a video recording on social media from a preacher and teacher, Miles Monroe. And one of the things that Miles Monroe used to always talk about is understand your purpose. He always talked about the relationship between man and women and the benefits of having a relationship with men and women. He was a very great teacher. He's not with us on this side of life, but he was very influential throughout the Bahamas. That's where he was from, the Bahamas. He had churches all over the Bahamas and some parts of the States. I think he even had a church in Florida. But he was a very influential teacher and preacher. And the purpose that a person has an influence on where they feel like they need to be and what they need to be doing. So the road to success, because when you are on that road going somewhere, you got to expect, turmoil and conflict. You got to expect how to be able to sharpen your skills to overcome and fight for what you want and what you're supposed to have. And sometimes, I think about, people that have achieved success. One of those people that they've been talking about in the media of late was Sean Puffy Combs. He had reached a level of success. He fought through all of the turmoil and everything that went on to achieve a level of success. And then he let perversion come in. Now, perversion is an enemy of successful people. There's plenty of them that have perversions. It's just his that's in the media this week. And when they reach that level of success and then they can afford to do anything that they want to do, so they think unchecked, or nobody can tell them what to do, But his past began to catch up with him. People that he had, intimacies with began to, blow the whistle on him, as you say. And, and of course, it's unfortunate that he is going through what he's going through, but he put himself in that situation. So people that are climbing the success ladder. This should be a lesson. You know, if you're going to get somewhere after you fought so hard to get there, after you've overcome all the battles and all of the conflicts and all of the situations and the circumstances to get there, because you got to remember, what's a battle for me may not be a battle for you. It might be something that you can dance through and say, I don't know what the problem was with that. But for some folks, they may have a different type of battle. And you got to be aware of battles, because battles can detour you from arriving at your destination. It'll take you off the path. You know, you might supposed to be on the left road and you might wind up on the right road, okay? Thinking that, oh, I'm on the right road, I'm going through and it's going through easy, and then run into a dead end. And now you're stuck. You don't know what to do. So now you got to backtrack, go back where the turn and the fork in the road was, and go down the right road, which didn't look as good. It might have been weeds and dandelions and, you know, all sorts of conflict that you got to fight your way through. It might even be some wild animals on that road, but then it'll sharpen your skills. I think about in the Bible how David, before he became king, and he was the mistreated child of his family. And David, while tending the sheep, had to fight lions, tigers, and bears, okay? And he had to overcome those type of creatures in nature in order to develop the skills to be a warrior. Because David became a warrior, he was a warring king. He went on to be a person that had 100 mighty men, 300 mighty men. People were willing to follow him into battle because they knew he knew what he was doing. I hope I'm talking to somebody on today. And I hope you understand that all of these things that we go through are things that we can overcome once we have successfully overcome them. And like Miles Monroe says, you know, this is all on the road to fulfilling your purpose. Now, I'm retired. I don't work as hard as I used to, but I've traveled around the world, seen a few things, and I appreciate those travels because it allowed me to be able to see things differently. I look at what's going on in the world, and especially in the United States. We got wars going on in Europe. We got wars going on in Africa. We got wars in Israel. You know, we got a warring faction everywhere. So in the midst of all of that conflict that's going on in the world, you have to understand that somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. I look at what's happening in the United States. The United States got their hands in so much stuff that they ain't got no business in. It's hurting its own people. We've got a war, or I say a war, but they call it an election. We got a war going on where one faction, the Republicans, I'm gonna call them by name, are trying to stop the first female president. Now, I ain't going to define her by nationality because that's what most people do already. She black, she Indian, she Asian. She's the vice president of the United States right now. And she's achieving the landmark, fulfilling her purpose of becoming the president, the first female president of the United States. And she's been in politics long enough to know the game. So she's qualified. Now, she's a Democrat. So now the folks on the other side of the fence is trying to find fault with her because they feel like, you know, poking fun at folks is the best way for folks to get on your side. But, you know, I got to go there. Donald Trump is, got so many twice impeached, 34 criminal charges, indictments. He's got convictions. This dude ain't qualified to do nothing but maybe run the library, so he can learn how to read at a federal prison. Yeah, I said that. So I know I'm going to make some folks mad, but that's okay. I don't care about you getting mad. I'm trying to get people to be provoked to understand that somebody, Vice President Harris, is on the road to success. And that road is paved with conflict. So we as a supporting faction, like it's not hard for me because I ain't running for nothing, but I can support her. Like if you see somebody in a marathon and we're getting close, November, we're less than 30 days, almost 30 days or so to election. And when you're running a marathon, there are supporters along the road. You have people that'll hand you a Gatorade. There are people that'll hand you a bottle of water so that you don't have to stop in the middle of this race to get refreshment. You can get some energy. You can get fired up and do this 5K race without sitting on the curb somewhere crying, talking about I couldn't make it, which is nothing wrong with that. You did the best you could. And I just want to encourage people on today, no matter what your conflict is, be prepared to rise up in the midst of your conflict and continue on the road to success. Now, I know that was a whole mouthful right there. I touched on a couple of things, but I hope you understand everybody's on a road somewhere. So the best thing for you to do is gather your supporters, get your team together, get people that's in your corner, get you some mentors, because mentors are valuable. On the beginning of me getting back out here, it's over a month ago now, I brought Norman onto the show to talk about his ability to mentor you into financial success. If you haven't seen those shows, go back and look at Ask Dr. Ron on Tuesday, and you'll learn some things. There's some knowledge out there that he can help you become a success story to get the finances to help you do what you need to do, okay? Because you need money in order to get where you're going. And sometimes you need some financial encouragement in order to get there. And he's an excellent teacher. He's going to make you cry. And then he's going to give you a video and say, ain't no crying and trading. And he's going to tell those, everybody's not meant to be a trader, but he still needs somebody to drop some French fries. He's going to tell you all them kind of things. But he's going to sharpen you to a point where you can be a success story. And once you get the money that you need to continue on this journey, then you can get where you can be and doing things that you like doing. Yesterday, I had to go to the doctor. I go to the doctor quite often. Everybody know I'm old and I got to get some, little tweaks here and there, tune-ups every now and then, let them change the oil, all that stuff. And I was explaining to one of the clerks, she was a clerk, at the hospital when I was checking out, my vision in my dream of going back to Africa, I love Ghana, and sitting on the ocean, watching the sun come up every morning and the moon come up every night. And I painted such a picture for her that she was like, man, you got a plan. And she actually enjoyed my vision. And she enjoyed it to a point, says, well, I hope you achieve this vision soon. And I received those words of encouragement from her, even though she just was checking me out. So when you share things with people that are of positive nature, they can be a support to you. So I hope that on today that somebody who's in a struggle, who's going through something, they let these words be an encouragement to them. You're going to have conflict, but that's okay. It's designed to help you overcome so you can arrive at your destination successful. Okay? So I'm not going to rant and rave too much longer. I hope on this week you all join me. I've got Osei, my brother Osei. He's coming back to bring us up to date on all his journeys. He's been traveling around the world every week, seems like. So he got some good stories for us. You do not want to miss seeing him this coming up Tuesday, the first Tuesday in October. Check out me and my brother as we get brought up to date what's going on in Osei's world, okay? Because I love talking to Osei. All right? I want to invite you guys over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to look around and check out all of my advertisers. Osei is actually one of the first advertisers on here. That's his company. He's going to be talking about what's going on with them. Port Again Sam is another one, and the Prince Hunter Group. That was the guy, Norman, that I was just talking about that can help you understand how trading goes. So go over to the website, check out everything over there so that you can chime in with all of these advertisers, because I have vetted them all out and they're all good at what they do. So please go over and check them out. And do not miss coming on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just remember, I go live at 5. All right. And then I want you to join me back here next Saturday at 12 noon for another moment from the desk of Dr. Ron. And please, please, please tell somebody. I need y'all support. I need you all to, while you're here, subscribe, like, and share. Hit that button. Subscribe, like, and share. And I want to thank everybody that have made donations and contributions up to this point in time. Thank you so very much. Without your help, I would not be able to survive doing what I'm doing. And I thank you all. You all are such a blessing. If you want to make a donation, these are all the ways that you can do it. Just, hey, pick one. No amount is too small. No amount is too large. So thank you all for all those that have. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday. You stay blessed, stay encouraged. Keep fighting the fight. Because guess what? You're going to win in the end.